A stop loss is a way of telling your investment platform provider that you want to get out of a stock if it falls to a certain price or below. Investors use them as a sort of safety net to minimise losses. For example, if you buy a stock at £1, you may decide that you don't want to keep it if it falls by 20% or more. So you would set your stop loss at 80p in this case. And should your stop loss be triggered, an alert is sent to your investment platform provider to sell the shares at the best possible price. Now, as with the sale of any asset, a buyer is required. So if shares are in free fall on the back of a profit warning, for example, it can be difficult to find a buyer at the stop loss price, potentially leaving investors with a larger than anticipated loss. Now, this is what's known as slippage. Some investment platforms also let you set a bottom price. This is the lowest price you'll be willing to sell at should your stop loss be triggered. Many investment platform providers will let you place a stop loss order that lasts for 2 or 3 months at a time. But stop losses offered by ISA or SIPP providers tend not to offer any guarantees of selling at a certain price. Now, to get out at a specific price, you have to invest in the market via spread betting or contracts for difference, where most providers offer a guaranteed stop loss for an extra charge. But spread betting and contracts for difference are very risky, and they aren't suitable for investors because you can lose more than you invest. Now, you may also be able to place trailing stop losses. These work differently by simultaneously trying to help protect profit and limit losses. So instead of setting a single point at which to exit a trade, if the shares go higher, the trailing stop will move upwards with it. For example, someone could buy a stock at £40 and have a trailing stop loss at 20%, which would be £32. But if the shares rise to £60, the trailing stop becomes 20% of that high price, which is £48. The downside of using a stop loss is that you could miss out if a stock falls and then rebounds very quickly. So if you look at this chart of insurer Admiral, you can see how a really good example how someone with a stop loss could have had their trades closed out on a short-term blip before the stock quickly raced upwards again. For investors trying to decide whether to use stop losses, you need to figure out whether you have a long-term view and if you're ready to ride out volatility and regularly review when to potentially sell current holdings. Thanks for watching.